Don't you just love it when you spend 30 minutes recording a YouTube video and then you realize your audio recording device was not on? Anyways, welcome to the video, guys. Hope you're doing well. If this is your first time stopping by the channel, please don't forget to like and subscribe this video. And let's get started. So I know camera cases and even backpacks aren't the most interesting subject. It's not a new camera, it's not a new laptop, it's not a new lens or anything, but I would argue that this topic is hugely important because it's what houses and is supposed to protect your literally thousands of dollars worth of gear that may or may not contribute to your livelihood. But at the very least, it's what contains some of your memories and precious photos and videos that if you lose them, you would not have a chance to get those back. So I'd urge you to spend time thinking about and really researching what kind of bag and or case would best suit your needs. So that's why I'm here today to talk about the Nanuk 920 protective hard waterproof carrying case and why it's been so beneficial and so incredibly just critical to how I'm able to haul around my gear comfortably at tons of different kinds of shoots. Don't worry if you have not heard of Nanuk before, the brand, the company. I was in the same boat. I hadn't either until I had the chance to use the DJI Ronin S with their Ronin S hard carrying case, and I can show you that right now. Don't worry, I'm not sponsored by Nanuk at all. They don't like pay for anything or send me free products or anything. So this is the Nanuk. This is actually the 923. Carrying case designed specifically for the DJI Ronin S. Give you a peek inside. It's got a nice little foam on the top, and then everything of the Ronin S fits perfectly in here. I don't know if you can see all that, but yeah. So yeah, it's a great little carrying case, and you can get this 923 case with the same configuration as I'm going to show you in my 920 case. But I do like the 920 a little better for me, for my needs. I would say if you're someone who has a bigger kit, a bigger setup, maybe with multiple lenses, because currently my case only holds one lens, because I only own one lens at this time, then I might recommend you go with something like the 923 or something even bigger to house more of those items that you need. Not saying that the 920 couldn't hold more lenses, it certainly can. I just want to be able to have like my microphone in there, or I'd have to put my external monitor in a different bag or something. But if you really want your entire kit to fit into one container, I might recommend something a little bigger. But again, for me, this case is perfect because it's not too big, it's not too bulky, and it certainly gets the job done at protecting my gear and housing my kit. So you might be wondering, why am I talking about a carrying case and not like a camera backpack? Well, I do use the Peak Design version 1 20-liter everyday carry, and that one is a great backpack. I'm a college student. I use it every single day, whether it be for a shoot or whether it be for school. And obviously I haven't been hauling around a ton of textbooks because of COVID, but when things were normal, I would use that backpack every day. But over time, it just didn't make sense for me to be carrying all of my, my camera, my cage, my rig in my college backpack that I bring to school every day when I don't have shoots, because it's really unnecessary, and then you have to worry about gear getting stolen and whatnot. So what I like about this case, this Nanuk 920, is how I'm able to separate kind of my college backpack and my school backpack from my main gear carrying case. And so as you can see, it's pretty small and pretty compact. It goes deeper than the 923, so that's another reason why I like it better, is because since I have a cage with my A7S III, it does get a little tall. And then since there also is a laptop sleeve and some other pouches, I want the case to go as deep as it can so that everything can fit without me having to cram the lid to get it shut. I just want to say, if you are hesitant about this company, because let's face it, Pelican is the #1 industry standard case of like hard carrying case, protective cases that look like you might have a sniper rifle inside of it for photographers and filmmakers. But when it comes to Nanuk and their overall design, the quality, it's really up there. And like these latches are designed really well, very strong, very reliable. You can like click them down so that they're out of the way. Just the attention to detail on this is pretty impressive, especially for the price point that this case is at. So yeah, let's open it up. I'll give you a quick tour. Make sure that when you get, regardless of what case you get, do be cognizant of like how deep the case goes. Make sure to get the carrying case that comes with the foam inserts, because not all of them do. So be sure that you get that, and also look in the product pictures, because these little zipper pouches with the hidden laptop sleeve are game changing. They're phenomenal. So okay, taking a look at the base here at the very bottom, I'm using like literally a third of the foam inserts that this case came with. So don't worry, there are tons more options. If you want smaller and more compartments, you can certainly do that. but for me, this is just the way that I've chosen to set it up. The gaping hole in the middle is where I put my camera. My Sony a7S III goes there, and yes, I did switch to the a7S III. I made a review on it when it first came out, but that wasn't mine. That was Shane O'Donnell's Sony a7S III, so I'll put his channel in the iCard right over here. And I'll make a video on like why I switched and what I think about the camera. And I'll have to review the R6 because I still do have it, but I am getting rid of it pretty shortly. But yeah, back to the video. This little black pouch is where I keep all of my NPF Z100 batteries for my a7S III, and it got the charger inside of it too. It's a nice little compact way that I can have all of my charging stuff. Got the Aperture MC right here in this small pouch. And then in this kind of big area, I know it's a little misfitty, kind of disorganized, but it's just all the stuff that I have to remove from my camera, take off my cage before it can fit in this carrying case. So I want it to be easily accessible. I don't want to have to like fiddle through 5 Ziploc bags to get these things, because I want to be able to put them on quickly when I'm at a shoot, right after I pop open the case, because they're things that I need to mount and screw on. This side area that is empty, I'm waiting for my Rode VideoMic NTG to come in the mail. I did sell my D3 Pro. I think the NTG is just a better buy. However, I was a little torn because I feel like the ethics of that product just completely ripped off Deity. But as some of you may not know, the NTG, VideoMic NTG, is just on back order everywhere. So I'm waiting for it to come, and I'm gonna put it in this slot. All right, moving up, taking a look at the Ziploc bags that are built in on the top. This long one, I've got SD cards in it. I've got my Video Lite remote, and then also my SD card reader. Gotta have that everywhere you go. And then I throw my SSDs in here as well, along with some charging cables like my laptop cord and stuff like that. The Rode Wireless Go and the lavalier all go in this pouch. And then in the pouch right next to it, that's where I keep my Zoom H1N and my TRS adapter extension cord. And this isn't related to the case, but if you do use the Rode Wireless Go with an external audio recorder, kind of like the H1N, it's a perfect recorder. It's really great. One thing you're gonna need, like absolutely need, is a TRS extension cord, because if you have the recorder physically close to your wireless transmitter that you plug into your camera and it sits on top of the camera, you're gonna run into some pretty bad RF signal noise. And that basically is just like it's like the dog whistly kind of sound. Just a pro tip that you don't have to worry about, that I had to worry about on a real shoot. Man, that sucks. And then behind all those pouches is where I've got my laptop. So my 13-inch MacBook Pro, the M1 version, goes in that slot, and it's perfect. The only kind of downside of this laptop sleeve is if you don't have your camera in the bottom, or if you don't have something heavy in the bottom, it gets a little too top heavy when the lid's open, and then it'll tip over and then everything's gonna fall out. So you do have to be aware of that. I mean, it's just simple physics, but so there's not much the company could do about that. But I do love the implementation of this laptop sleeve. It makes it really handy, really useful, because then I can literally just leave my backpack at home if I want to keep my kit pretty small and minimalist. Now again, this case is waterproof. It's airtight, so dust, sand, and obviously water and liquids won't be getting into your gear, so you have nothing to worry about. And to go a step further, the Ziploc pouches are also waterproof, so you know, your SD cards are very, very safe. It's like double protection up in this case. But okay, going back to the laptop sleeve, sorry, I forgot. I wouldn't go, I'm not sure that a 15-inch laptop would fit. You could probably squeeze it in, but I wouldn't go any thicker than a MacBook Pro. Say, for instance, you wanted to bring a 15-inch, like a Razer Blade 15 in your case. You do need to consider that the carrying case has a limited amount of like depth in it, I guess height within the case. But if you've got your camera in the bottom and you've got stuff in your pouches, and then you want to put a really thick laptop in, you might have to like really like sit on the case to make the lid shut before you can latch it. And obviously you don't want to do that, because then you could be like breaking something. So having a thin laptop like the MacBook Pro is definitely the way to go, especially with a case like this, because then it offers you more room to have like a taller camera, so I don't have to take off my cage when I put my camera in, because my laptop's thinner. You basically kind of have to ration out your thickness, either in the main compartment or the Ziploc pouch, or again in the back laptop compartment. So just be cognizant of that. Ultimately for me, I just really love having a case that where you bust it open, You don't have to do a lot of digging around, zipping and unzipping pouches to figure out, oh wait, does this have that? Because the pouches are clear. Because with my Peak Design bag, don't get me wrong, I love the Peak Design backpack. It's great, but I don't love the side pouch implementations because a lot of times I get confused on my lefts and rights, and then I have to unzip this pouch to see if it has what I'm looking for in it, and that takes time. Whereas having this case, you can just open it up, everything is displayed right in front of you, and you don't have to be digging around for a microphone or anything, so I love that about this case. Now my last thing on this case is just the kind of odd marketing decision that Nanuk made to make some colors more expensive than others. So I got the charcoal version, it's like dark gray, space gray, whatever you want to call it, and I paid $130 for it, and that made it $70 cheaper than the all black version of the same case, same size, same inserts, and that just makes no sense to me. I mean, I guess black is a more professional color, and some people just have that preference, but I do think it's kind of weird that you get to save money based on what color you choose. And I suppose you could even color code if you wanted multiple Nanuk cases to hold different kinds of equipment. Anyways, I hope that you guys found this video helpful and at least slightly interesting. I know it's not a camera, it's not a laptop, it's just a hard case, but I do think it's important again. Thanks so much for watching and spending your time with me today. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you haven't already, and we'll see you next Monday in the next video.